tonight it's gonna be pretty sad for you guys, and tonight it's gonna be pretty devastating for me to narrate the story to you guys. Hey there my lovely glamours, it's your girl Lucia here and welcome back to my channel, and also welcome back to the second episode of Review Mondays. Oh my god guys, I have had such an amazing time just reviewing my thoughts about the movie that I did previously, which was Dabe, and just seeing your responses on my other social media platforms other than YouTube just made me like smile my heart out. So today I'm gonna be like going on a very different topic, which is related to my home country. Today I'm going to be discussing about Pakistani dramas in general. Now, these days, Pakistani dramas has created like a whirlwind of fame around ourselves. And it has become so popular these days that even like Americans, Indians, or any other cultured people, they can actually see those dramas just because of their amazing screenplays, their cinematography, the actors' actings, and the directing. And it's literally everything that makes a perfect drama and to make it like go on high-end seas. So dramas like Khani, Pyare Afzal, Humsafar, and all these other dramas that have like showed up on Netflix or Amazon Prime or on your nearest TV screen such as ZTV or any other type of TV we have. And this has caused us Pakistanis as like, you know, a general to have this sort of pride of our actors. So today I'm going to be going on a very sad note and a terrifying note as well. I'm going to be reviewing a drama that has recently created a whirlwind of fame, especially in Pakistan, obviously, because it has highlighted one main issue that has not been yet solved by any other government in general. And that drama's name is Ruswai. Now, Ruswai is a drama that is like that revolves around an issue of justice for rape victims. Now, this has created a huge issue around the world, as most parts in most parts of the world, we are facing this issue of rape and those victims that are not getting the justice needed. And this drama, Ruswai, basically highlights that problem. So Ruswai basically revolves around the story of a girl named Samira, who is a very successful doctor and who has recently been married into a family who is more induced on the fact of their respect on their family image, because obviously they all are like really successful, rich people. So one mistake can create a whirlwind of rumors, basically. So basically, the story starts by Samira, who is pretty devastated by the fact that she has to like first get her brother married, then she has to get married, and that's why she is like, you know, rejecting her childhood sweetheart Salman's proposals. That she's adamant on the fact that she needs to get her brother married first to Salman's sister, and then she's gonna get married herself. And that creates a huge problem for Samira's mother-in-law. Now, Samira's mother-in-law is basically a very venomous snake in some point. I need to say that because basically she wasn't very fond of Samira since the start. So when she said that she didn't want to get married right now and she wanted to get her brother married, so that created like a newfound hatred for her as well. Now, Samira later on was successful in the fact that she got her brother married to Salman's sister, and now she needed to get herself married. So that's what she did exactly. She got herself married the week after her brother was married, and the week before, the week like when her brother was married, Samira met Salman's ex. Now that's a very big problem because actually Salman's ex plays a very significant role and a very venomous snake role as well, like Salman's mother. So I'm gonna be telling you why. Now basically, she does get married, she does get like engaged, but then she has to get like married the day after. But the day before her marriage, she basically she went on a dinner with her sister-in-law, her father, and her brother to a unknown cafe where they had a lot of fun, and all of a sudden the story begins to change, and Samira later gets kidnapped against her own will because her father wasn't able to save her, which is really saddening, and he was just saving her sister-in-law instead of his own daughter, which angered Samira afterwards when she came back. And she really wanted to get away from her father, basically because she then remembers why and what happened to her that night. So basically she just wanted to get away from him because of that. Now when Samira gains consciousness and when she's like, you know, perfectly stable, she then asks her parents to fill an FIR case. So what does an FIR case mean? It means it's like a case that is directed to like any sort of crime that has been directed in a country or in a sector, and this is like, we call that provincial based. So this FIR case was one of them. Now what happened was that Samira's family, they all rejected her request on filing an FIR case, and that angered Samira. Why? Because her father was the one to reject it first. So obviously this naturally angered Samira more because basically her father actually like let her go in the first place. So basically problems start to arise not only from Samira's mother-in-law but her own husband as well, from Salman as well. Why? Because he then finds out that she accidentally announced to the press that she was a victim of rape. And that angered him so much because, again, stealing a family's dignity and the, you know, risks or the ways they would go to save that dignity as well. And that really angered Samira to the point that she was almost about to leave him, but then she remembers that she still loves him. But what she does not know was that Salman was actually cheating on her by going with his ex behind her back. When she does find out that Salman has been cheating on her with his ex, she was really devastated. Obviously, anybody would. And she was then, I'm gonna give you a divorce and there is nothing that's gonna stop me from filing an FIR case and from getting a divorce from you. Now obviously problems start to arise again on Samira's sister-in-law's side, Varda, because she later gets pregnant, and then there's this whole situation and this is where, I'm just gonna go out and say it, this is where the drama got dragged a lot, because the whole drama was then based on Varda only and not Samira, who is the main character of this whole series. I want to tell you why this drama got dragged. It became dragged because the director of this drama, her daughter was actually Varda. So that's why the drama got dragged. She wanted to give attention to her little princess. So I seriously don't want to drag any mess into this, but I needed to come out with it. 3 to 4 episodes were basically based on Varda instead of Samira, and then after that people started to get angry, and then they were like, where on earth is Samira when this is exactly her story, not Varda's story? And then she decided to cut to the chase, and then she like brought the main character in, who was Samira, and then the story became normal all over again. Now Samira's brother and her sister, they both were in favor of the fact that she needed to get a FIR case filed. And once they did it, there was nothing that was going to stop them from catching those criminals who raped her. Once Samira's FIR case was filed, Salman got to know about this news, and then he started missing Samira. And obviously this angered viewers a lot, because basically he was the one who broke it off. He was the cause for her dad's death, actually. Yes, Samira's dad died. While he was driving a car, he was so fed up with his daughter's, like, you know, mental stress and everything, that he got himself into a car accident and he never came back. And at that point, I started to cry. I even started to cry when she finally came back, bruised and injured, because I'm an emotional ass. Basically, I was literally on the verge of tears when Samira's dad finally died, and Samira then realized what she had done to her father. She was like, I was angry at him all this time and I never spoke to him about anything. And he was the one who came to my room every night and he would like tell me good night and say good morning to me all over again in the morning with an almost happy face. And I would just ignore him, and that really broke Samira's heart that she couldn't actually, like, you know, talk to her father for the last time. Later on, then Samira encounters Salman at an office, and she is angered, obviously, because of the events that she had to suffer. She was beaten up, she was strangled, she was slapped, she was beaten up, and she was taunted. She was told slang words by Salman. So when she saw him, she had a straight poker expression on her face. Now Salman, on the other hand, he wanted to ask forgiveness from Samira, and he was like, please forgive me, I want to make this marriage work. But then obviously Samira, being the boss that she is, she actually told him that no, I'm not gonna take you back. I am gonna do this, and they are gonna pay. They are going to suffer. They, as in the criminals who did wrong to her. In the story, after Samira divorced Salman, she actually encountered a senior doctor in her clinic named Dr. Feroz. Now, Dr. Feroz is your typical gentleman stereotype who wanted to support Samira in everything that she did, even if it was going to court for giving those criminals what they needed, which was, you know, jail time completely. He was like, I'm going to give you the needed justice, oh my god, and I am going to stand by you till the end. And in the end, Samira likes him a lot, and basically they finally, like, you know, get together at some point. So basically it was like as if Dr. Feroz was, like, you know, pretty adamant on the fact that he wanted to help Samira in whatever she did, whether it was like anything serious. But then at the end of the serial, I'm just gonna jump straight right in, because it was basically, the whole serial was like, you know, Samira fighting for her rights, Samira fighting her inner demons, and Samira finally finding those criminals along with the help of some of the helpful ones that she could find. So basically, in the end, when she was actually exiting the FIR office, she was encountered by one of the criminals, one of the main criminals, who raped her. And he had a gun, he was about to shoot her, but then a heroic moment happened finally. Now someone stepped in and saved Samira and killed himself. Now who do you ask? Is it Dr. Feroz? No. Is it Samira's brother? Heck no. Is it Dr. Feroz's nephew? Heck no. It's actually Salman who steps in. Now this is where the crowd went bonkers. They were like, oh my god, Salman is a hero. Even though he did so many things wrong to Samira, he's still a hero. And I was pretty angry about that fact. I mean, yeah, he did save her, but what about the horrible stuff that he did to Samira all this time? Now Samira, obviously, she was devastated. She was very, very sad that her childhood sweetheart ex-husband saved her from being attacked. And the story then ends at a very sad note that Salman finally dies. Shocker. This was the epilogue, which was a year after this whole thing happened. and now Samira is living with Dr. Feroz as his wife, and it was pretty happy actually. It was a pretty happy moment that she finally found peace. And then something really emotional happens, that one of our Pakistan's real rape cases, her name was actually Muhtara Mai, and basically her story was that she was gang raped, and she was then forced to walk on the streets naked. And that was pretty distressing, because this should have never happened. She would have gotten justice. And when Samira obviously saw her, she started crying. She was like, oh my god, a real hero stepped in front of me. And now Muhtara Mai just, like whispered into her ear, good job Samira, I'm so proud of you. And I started to cry, literally. In the end, again, something actually happened. The dearest director of Ruswai decided that it would be a better idea if she bought her daughter again as one of the closing characters of the play. Then the overall drama ended with a very strong note that justice is not something that is fought for in just fake news. It's what happens when you actually stand up for a person. And that's where the whole drama ended, with a round of applause. Basically, this drama was a beautiful representation of what happens when you neglect a rape victim, and to what extent they would go, he or she would go, to get herself justice and to set an example for other people as well. And the way this drama was directed, it was beautiful, except for the minor drags that they had in this drama. I personally really liked the drama as a whole. Now I'm going to be telling you the characters. The main character, who was obviously Samira, she was played by none other than the most talented actress in Pakistan, Sana Javed. And to be honest, I have seen her interviews, and she did say that playing the character of Samira was a very hard role for me, because the day that she was kidnapped, I really didn't want to read the script, let alone enact it. It took me great courage to do that. And obviously anybody would be so scared by the fact that they have to shoot such a painful scene as well. And even the co-actor who played Samira's dad, who is Muhammad Ahmed Saab, he also said in his interviews that yeah, it was very painful to actually shoot that video, to shoot that scene in particular. And I literally sat there crying. He was literally like that. Salman was played by Mikael Zulfikar. He did an amazing job. I feel like he portrayed a very nice role of Salman, who was pretty adamant on keeping his dignity and respect, family-wise, and how he actually went through the extent of doing that. Now, obviously, he's a pilot. I forgot to mention that. Salman was a pilot, and obviously, a pilot's dignity is very precious for one. So yeah, this was played by him. Varda, on the other hand, was played by Mena Tariq. Rubina Ashraf, who was the director's daughter, and Hamza, who was Samira's brother, was played by Usman someone, I don't know, I don't remember. And Samira's sister was played by Natalia, and she did an amazing job. She literally, the day that she had to shoot that scene of her being terrified in front of Samira's almost dead body, she literally enacted the scene with everything in her heart. Now, overall, the story was a beautiful story, and the way it actually encouraged people to actually stand up for the rape victims, and now that it has become a really huge change in our society as well, that people are actually standing up for those who are sexually abused. and I'm pretty happy because like this is something that a society needs to know about, that society needs to highlight instead of pretty unimportant issues that go viral in just 1 second. And obviously I really loved everyone's acting and the hard work that they portrayed, and basically this whole drama was absolutely a package to watch, and I would definitely recommend it to all of you guys. So guys, this was the end of my review about the Pakistani drama Ruswai, and to be honest, I would give this drama a whole 9 out of 10. Why 9 out of 10? Why I say that? Because in between of that drama it became quite a drag, and that really bored me to an extent and angered me to an extent as well. So I would definitely give it like a 9 out of 10. And this was also a conclusion to the makeup look that I just did today. This is a blue smoky eye, and I really loved blue since the start, and this is kind of like a beautiful oceany blue type of color, and yeah, this is exactly it. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, subscribe, and write in the comments down below what you think I should be posting in my next YouTube video. As always, stay safe, take care of yourselves, and make right decisions. Love you guys. Mwah.